My name is Bruce Curlis. I'm the producing artistic director here at the Ritz Theater in Haddon Township, New Jersey. We're about 15 minutes from Center City, Philadelphia, hour and a half from New York, and that's where we do our art. I founded the theater in October of 1986. I I think when we first started, I had no idea what I was doing. We got together to do a show, and we picked a season, and we started doing shows. And then finally, I kind of got educated, and in attempting to become funded by the State Arts Council of New Jersey, I then kind of sophisticated the organization. We came up with a long range plan, did all the stuff I should have done in the very beginning, which I didn't, because I just wanted to do a show. And we did. And we did that for several years. I think the greatest effect for me are the friends that I've met along the way, and particularly those that have kind of hung on, because I'm not the easiest person to be friends with, and that's because I'm constantly doing another show. You know, you get so close when you do a show together, and then after the show, it's kind of, bye bye, go away, and you may not see each other for another year. As soon as you get together, it's like right where you left off, but there's that absence that's kind of sad. But those friends that have stuck by me and have put up with that ridiculous routine are the best people in the world.
Jenna Higgins, and I have known Bruce Curlis for 40 plus years, probably. Yeah. And did theater with him way before the Ritz. And then he found the Ritz, which has been, I don't know, how can you say, a lifesaver, a wonderful, incredible place to call home, to watch Bruce do his dream, tough as it's been, and it's been tough, but he's pulled it through. And I have met probably 95% of my friends are Ritz people. I've been doing theater for 60 years, more than 60 years actually. And I was an at-home mom, so I had these kids and all that sort of stuff. But at 7 o'clock, I was gone, going to the theater. And the Ritz filled that time for 30 some odd years.
Hi, my name is Carol Furphy Labinski, and I heard about the Ritz in 1989 when I worked in fast food, and the owner of the company I worked for actually told me about the Ritz Theater, and so I set up an audition to try out for West Side Story. So that was 1989, and it was so nerve-wracking, and it felt like such a big place, and there were lots of people there at auditions as well, but I managed, thankfully. One of the traditions is to sign your name on the wall somewhere backstage. And when I tell you that every inch of the backstage area is signed, like that, it's covered, like every pole on the stair steps, to the bathroom, to obviously the dressing rooms and the makeup rooms. And obviously over the years, it's been a lot of years, they did have to eventually paint the backstage area, and so some original signatures got lost, so then everybody felt the need to go back and sign the walls again. Maybe put your name, what show you're in, what year it was, and we all got a kick out of that, definitely.
I'm Brian Ravel. I am a actor, a director, and choreographer for the Ritz Theater. The Ritz Theater has taught me commitment to the project. It has taught me the value of good friendships and great relationships. I've had an amazing opportunity to look behind the scenes and understand the business, the foundation of a theater, and how to run a business, marketing, front of the house, back of the house. And as an actor, choreographer, as a dancer, I've learned the artistic side. I continually learn more every time I'm on the stage or working in a rehearsal studio at the Ritz. It is like my training ground for art. When I started in the beginning, I had no idea what I even was doing. And so as the years progressed, I can't say that I know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm so much more comfortable in my skin. And the theater showed me that. It showed me how to think to yourself, you belong here. It's a good place to be.
My name is Jen Calalori. My previous roles at the Ritz Theater have been as an actor and choreographer.
My name is Robert Calalori, and I have acted, did some directing, and was even on the board after a while there. I found out about the Ritz was my cousin Ricky was playing in the pit. His wife was an actress, Lisa DeBruno, and I was taking acting lessons in the city at the Walnut Street Theater. And Lisa said, "You need to be at the Ritz. You will love it there." Reluctantly, I said, "Okay," and did. And it's history. It's 30 years ago, and I can't even remember how many shows I did there. Just as soon as I walked in, it was like, wow, this is home. So the show we met in was Guys and Dolls, and I was playing Nathan Detroit, and Jen was a hotbox chick.
Yep.
And so there was a little backstage stuff going on, and here we are, 26 years later. I think one of the most unique things about the Ritz and about theater is you're doing something you absolutely love and you're passionate about. And when you're doing that and you're with others that love and are passionate about it, it just makes it so much easier. And then when you meet a group of friends that are so genuine and became a part of our lives that we are still super close to, we travel together, we're at each other's houses, we try and do shows together whenever we can or something, or go see shows together. There's nothing that can match that. And we found a group of friends that we are just super close, naturally. And I think it is because we share that common bond. And there are others that their spouses are not in the theater and performed at the Ritz, but they were so a part of it because we were. And there's nothing like that. And I'm not sure that's everywhere, but it really grew at the Ritz. And, that's why it's so special.
I am Al Fuchs. I've been involved with the Ritz for 30 years. It was my first job out of college. And at the Ritz, I started as a box office manager, moved to a production manager, was an actor, director, kids show director, and actor. I did costumes, wigs, props, fight choreography, but I don't think I ever choreographed a number.
My name is Eric Shellac. I really engaged with the Ritz after meeting Al. I've done a little bit, I've helped out a little bit with some set design or set enhancements.
When I first started doing theater, I couldn't, at the Ritz especially, it was so socially engaging that I did show after show after show because, and any way I could be involved just so that I could be around this group of people. And so that, because it was my whole life at one point in my life. It was my social, it was my paycheck, it was where I lived, was because of someone in the theater, gave me a room to rent, and so it was my everything. I think one of the challenges with working in a theater while being married is that the theater takes up a lot of time, and it also becomes such a major part of your life that you make sacrifices for it. The show must go on, and sometimes the show becomes more important than your relationship.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, it's culty sometimes. It's a little culty. Theater can become culty, and as the spouse of a theater person, sometimes you feel like you're in competition with it a little bit. But at the same time, and you're trying to balance that feeling and the feeling of being supportive and knowing how important it is and how important it is to me, because it's brought a lot. I mean, in the end, it's brought so much into my life. What the theater had to offer at face value was no longer what we needed or wanted, but it was definitely something that was a huge part of who we were and what we had become.
It's not about the building anymore. The relationships now are so much more important than actually doing the art, because it's the people that made it really special.
Oh, there's so many things that made my time at the Ritz and the time that I still have at that theater so special to me. I mean, I'll start off with the people, the friends that I made that at the time were castmates. They were ensemble members next to me, but still remain my friends today.
It was our Broadway. The people that I met and the lessons that I learned, it was truly an amazing experience.
The camaraderie, just the friends that I've met there, doing shows, the time rehearsing and then putting on a show, you never wanted the show to end.
We started out as single persons, all with a common interest, who could still have a full-time job and, you know, be a part of this. And then we were getting married and we were all attending each other's weddings, and then we were getting pregnant and starting families and the kid, and it just continued, and it became so much more than just performing at the theater, but to always know that's where the roots of it is priceless.